Well, hello Flosstube and welcome back to my channel. This is Bookish Pixie Stitches. My name is Ruth and I'm coming to you today on the September the 11th. Helps if I know what day it is. So on September the 11th, this is my third in season 2 of Flosstube. And today I have something a little bit unusual for you in that I am going to do a WIP parade. However, I forewarn you, nothing is ironed because me and ironing do not get on and I don't want to make holes in my fabric. And also a lot of my projects I don't have images for and I haven't learned how to put the images up here yet. So in terms of digital pictures, we may be a little difficult, but I'll do my best. I'll try and tell you about the project. It's not going to be perfect, but I wanted to get everything out. One, because I'm now going, oh my God, how many unfinished projects do I have? Quite a lot. And also I wanted to try and show you everything. So bear with me. It's not perfect, as I said, but I will do my best. And the other reason I'm doing this is because in the last 4 weeks since I last filmed, I have been stitching, but I've been stitching pretty much monogamously on one project because it's a present for a friend. Doug, if you happen to be watching this, please stop watching it because I don't want to spoil the surprise. But yes, so I will show you my WIPs. Have I got all of my WIPs present? Hopefully. Yes, I have. I will show you my WIPs in terms of what I've worked on this week. I don't have any finishes for you. I don't have, yes I do, I have one new start. I tell a lie, I have one new start. And then we will get into the rather chaotic, slightly bizarre, not very professional WIP parade. I need to get better at keeping things in the right place and in bags because my cross stitch is chaotic, but a bit like me. I do my best. Okay, so let's start with what I've been working on. So Doug, again, if you're watching, please look away now. Do not watch. Do not, entertain this idea because this is a surprise. So where is it? There it is. I do not have a picture for this one and I've left my board behind me. 1 second. Sorry guys. Let's try this again. Right, board. Did have a board. I particularly found a board. So as I said, this is not ironed. I've literally just taken it out of the frame to show you. So just smooth it down a bit. This is what I'm currently working on. This is Death Before Decaf by the Witchy Stitcher. It is stitched 2/1 on 14 count Ada fabric from, I wrote this down and I've forgotten, from Kitty Bloom Studios, and this fabric is Cafe Latte. So I'll bring it in again for you to have a bit of a better look. I am around 80% complete. So I'm hoping to get this finished and framed for my friend very soon. We are both big coffee drinkers and we often meet in coffee shops, so I thought this was appropriate. So that's what I've been mainly working on this week, pretty much monogamously to try and get it finished, which is why there's not a lot of different stitching projects. Also, I apologise about the light. The day here is absolutely horrendous. It keeps throwing it down with rain, and then we have like 5 minutes of sun and then horrendous rain again. So the light may go in and out. Sorry guys, there's not a lot I can do about that. Okay, that's number one. So the other project I've worked on this week is my new start. This is by, she says, trying to get it out of the bag. I got nearly everything out, just not quite everything, and my needle margin's gone flying. That's annoying. So this is by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This is from one of their subscription box. This is what it will look like when it is finished. So this is their trick or treat design for Halloween. And this is in the hoop. Sorry, most of them have been taken out, but this one's still in the hoop. So this is where I've got to. So we have or treat at the moment. The white in the oar is stitched in glow in the dark thread. This is stitched on 14 count Ada 2/1, and as I say, it's by the Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Hoping to finish that before Halloween, but we will see how we get on with everything else. So that is my new start. Let me pop that back in there. Okay, so the WIP parade. Wish me luck. So that's 2 projects. So I'm going to start from number 3. Going back to probably my oldest one. I do not have a picture for this because it's in a magazine and it's upstairs and I forgot to bring it down with me. Where did I put that board? This always happens. I start so well and then I lose things. There's my board. Right, over there you. One of these days I'll be a nice organised cross stitcher, but in the meantime, please bear with. Okay, so this is messy. I started this forever ago. This is my Stonehenge piece. Again, stitched on white Ada. It is full coverage. It is 2/1 with DMC threads. I'm using all the called for threads. The original pattern is from Cross Stitcher, but I cannot tell you which issue because I don't remember. But this is where I've got to. So I've nearly got a page finish. Very nearly. I absolutely love this piece. I just haven't got round to getting back to it, and it being full coverage, it's a bit of a labour of love. I think that's the right way to put it. So this is probably my oldest WIP in this pile, I think. My very oldest WIP I can't find. It's a Winnie the Pooh piece. I started it, oh goodness me, many years ago, and I don't know where I've put it. So this is Stonehenge, stitched on white Ada, and that's one I definitely need to get back to because I was supposed to be stitching it for when I moved into this house. We've been in this house 5, if not 6 years, and I still haven't finished it. So that's number 1. Number 2 is, again, I don't have a image for this. I should do, but I don't. And it's also very crumpled, so I do apologise. As I say, not the most professional around here. This is going to be the Mickey Mouse, or Walt Disney, I should say, Heroes piece. So eventually it will look like the shape of Mickey Mouse's head. This is as far as I've got. This is stitched on 16 count navy blue Ada. And we've got Mickey from Fantasia. We have Bolt, we have Dopey, and we have the start of Tiana. I have been working on this forever and have not got very far. I also have the companion piece, which is the villains, and that isn't even started yet. But this is where I've got to on this. As you can see, I haven't got terribly far, but hoping to get back to that one at some point. I do love it. I think it's great. It's just very fiddly, and there's a lot of kind of random stitches and French knots and things. So hopefully we'll get back to that at some point. She says, trying to fold it back up. I lost it for a long time, so I'm very glad I found it. Okay, next up, I'm trying to do these in order of how old they are, and I really have no idea, she says, looking around the room. So we'll go with this one next. I'm not unfolding this because the fabric is massive. This, Lauren from Cross Stitch Bunny will recognise this. This is Christmas Jars. It is stitched on green even weave. I could not tell you where the fabric is from. I got it a very long time ago. This was a stitch along that I started with Lauren from Cross Stitch Bunny. Oh goodness. Several years ago, and you can see on the design there is a lot of backstitch. I hate backstitch. I absolutely hate backstitch. I haven't got very far, but that's 2 out of 9 jars completed. I do propose to go back to this. I haven't touched it in a very, very long time, but it is rather lovely, and I'm a bit more experienced now, so I think I might find it easier than I did at the time. So yes, planning to try and get back to that one at some point. As I say, I do apologise about not having images to show you. Unfortunately, a lot of them I don't know where they are, or they're on my phone and I'm recording on my phone. So, small problem. I really need to put Pattern Keeper onto my Kindle, because then I could show you a bit easier. But, as I say, first WIP parade that I've done in a long time, and know for future WIP parades, I need to keep the images. Okay, next up. This one is funny. This one, I have had... Excuse the rustling, I'm just trying to get the image out for you because I actually have an image for this. I've had this forever. It's from Hobbycraft. It's a very, very, very tiny kit. So it's this little, what do you call them? Poinsettia kit. I have had this since I was working as a community mental health nurse. So that would be about 8-9 years ago. And it's a very, very little start. Please excuse the... board situation, but this is where I have got to. I'd forgotten I even had this. I found it when I was looking through everything else. So I thought I'll dig it out and maybe I should be able to finish that quite easily. So it might be a nice easy win. I should be able to finish that for this Christmas and make it into a nice Christmas card for somebody is what I was thinking. So this is my Hobbycraft Poinsettia mini cross stitch kit. Again, 14 count Ada, very predictable, stitched with all the kit materials. That's the word I want. Okay. Where did we get to? What number was that? 4? 6? 6 because we're counting the first 2. Right, I'll put that back later. There we go, that can sit over there. Then we have, what comes next? I think this one comes next. So again, I have an image for this one. Woohoo! This is from the Cotton and Twine December 2022 subscription box, and this is their winter design, which is absolutely gorgeous. I love this, but there is an awful lot of like stars involved. So I've actually done not too bad with this one, and then obviously I'll put it down. So again, it's stitched on, oh goodness me, this is really crumpled. I'm sorry guys, I really should have ironed this lot. Just trying to smooth it a little bit before I show you, but it is very crumpled. This has obviously been in storage for a while. So this is where I've got to. This is my piece. It's stitched on 14 count Ada. As you can see, I was doing pretty well with this. And then I think it got to the end of the winter season and I didn't want to stitch winter anymore and I put it down. But we're going back into winter. So this one is going to come out, I think, because it's so pretty. It's stitched 2/1. All the kit supplies were from the Cotton and Twine subscription box. I'm not a member anymore. I was, but I can't keep up. So I stopped. But yes, I think this is really pretty. So that's WIP number 7. Then we have, where's the image for this one? Some of you will have seen this one before. This is the image of what it will look like when it is finished. This is from the Little Welsh Sampler Company. It says it up there and I can't read backwards. So this is my Cariad sampler. I love this piece. It's so pretty, but it is so fiddly. Again, it is stitched on Ada and it is in the hoop because I've been working on it relatively recently. So I'm going to put my board behind it. This is where I have got to with this one. Again, it's on 14 count white Ada. I do get more interesting later on, I promise. It's stitched with all the thread with all the kit materials. I believe they're DMC threads. It's stitched 2/1 and we're getting there slowly, very slowly. This is another one I want to pull out at some point soon. Mind you, I might say that about all of them. Okay, next up. I'm going to give you a more interesting one because there's too much white Ada going on around here. No, but this needs no introduction. So most people will have seen the Lola Crow stitch along pieces, and I have 2 in this WIP parade, neither of which are finished. What a surprise. So this is the first one I joined, which is stitched on even weave fabric. I think it's 32 count because I went through a phase of 32 count and really liking it. Unfortunately, the hoop I was using has pulled the fabric somewhat, so I have learnt my lesson. I now have a Q-snap to put this in. But this is my greenhouse of oddities. As you can see, I got a really long way. Not. This is fiddly. There's a lot of counting. I'm not sure I'm quite this good at cross stitch. This is on a beautiful fabric from Lauren's cross stitch. No, what's it called? Stitch Bunny Shop. There we are. I'll get there eventually. Cross Stitch Bunny and Stitch Bunny Shop are the 2 things I get very mixed up, but it's from Lauren. It's a beautiful grey even weave. I think it might be called Stormy Night or something along those lines. I can't quite remember. It's been a while. So yes, this is actually like one of the last installments, as it were. I started the frame, didn't get very far, had to do a lot of frogging. Then they'd released lots of the pattern by the time I'd finished this very small amount of frame. And I thought, well, Darwin doesn't look too difficult to stitch. So I did start him, but unfortunately he's headless. So one day, maybe, I'll come back to this. I'm not sure if it's a UFO or not at this point, but we'll see. I do love the design. I think it's absolutely beautiful. As I say, it's by Lola Crow Cross Stitch. Her designs are amazing. She's so detailed, but I am not sure I am this skilled at cross stitch just yet. Despite having stitched for some time, I'm still quite beginnery, really. So yes, we'll see whether that ever comes back out. It would be a shame not to. It's on such a beautiful fabric. But it's a lot. And the next one in the WIP parade that is Lola Crow is even more bananas. So we'll see. Okay, so next up we have, this one is very small and I have no image and most of you are not going to have ever seen it. And I don't know who the designer is, so we're doing really well with this. But it's a WIP, so it's in here. This is stitched on grey 14 count Ada. It is a Valentine's piece. It's supposed to be an envelope with a love note in it. I couldn't tell you who it's by. It's on my phone somewhere and I haven't touched this in a really, really long time. So it's a bit of a random piece, but it's a WIP, so we're counting it. So love note on 14 count Ada, stitched 2/1 with not the called for colours, with stash colours, what I could find. So that's that one. Okay, how many more do we have? Quite a few. So next up we have, what comes next? This one. Now, this one I'm annoyed with because this is nearly finished. You'll see a couple like this. So all the cross stitch in this is done, but the back stitch is not. It is started, it's just not finished. This is just a small one. This is Doreen Jones pattern. It's a set of 4. I'm only doing this one and it's just a really cute little birdie. I just thought, how pretty is this? I love the colours in this. Bit unusual for me, not my usual subject, but I just really liked it. And I actually really like the kind of backstitch, black worky type idea that's going on down here. So again, on grey 14 count Ada, 2/1, called for colours, all in DMC. I really need to get this finished and just bite the bullet and do the back stitch at some point. It's been hiding in the bottom of one of my bags for months. I really need to get back to this, but I do think it's really pretty. And I even have a frame for it, would you believe it? Had it all sorted out what I was going to do with it and then just didn't finish the back stitch. Story of my life. Okay, next up we have this one. So, well, hey, we have a cover piece for this. This is my beautiful By the Sea. This is a Karen Carter. I always want to say Karen Carpenter, and I know that's wrong. It doesn't say on it. I thought it was a Karen Carter, but maybe it's not. No, it's not. Yes, by Karen Carter. There we are. So this is By the Sea by Karen Carter. Beautiful lighthouse, really pretty. It is full coverage, but I thought it's not too big a pattern. That doesn't look too bad. Should be able to stitch that quite easily. Famous last words. So this is in a hoop. This is where we have got to. This is as far as I have got because, oh my God, the blending. I was not prepared for the amount of blending in this. I have never done blending before. It's beautiful. It looks fantastic. It works really, really well, but I kind of hate it. It's just really fiddly and I find it quite frustrating because there's lots of small little areas that you need to use blended threads for. Yeah, I put it down and I haven't gone back to it. I really need to get back to it because it's supposed to be a present for somebody and I just haven't touched it in probably over a year. It's been sat in my conservatory forevermore and I really need to get back to it. It's so pretty. I don't like blends. I think that's what we found out, is that I don't like blends. But it's on 14 count Ada. It's all the called for threads by Karen Carter, Lighthouse by the Sea. Beautiful design that one day maybe I will finish. I've stopped counting, haven't I? I don't know what we're up to numbers wise. There are a few more. So let's start with another one I don't have a picture for, but it's on rather more exciting fabric. So if any of you follow Cam the Stitcher, you may have seen this pattern before. This is my Mary Shelley sampler. I can't tell you who it's by, I have forgotten. But details are on Cam's site, but she did it quite a long time ago. It's normally on the in the background on her pictures, on her videos rather. This is where I've got to. This is stitched on emerald 32 count even weave from Lakeside Needlecraft, stitched with dinky dyes. I can't remember the name of the silk. It might be like Nightshade or something along those lines, but it's gorgeous. I love it. I love the way this pattern looks. Again, this is one that I've got on Pattern Keeper on my phone, so I can't show you the image, but I am going to finish this. I need to find the threads because where are they? I can't find them. But it's gorgeous. I love it. I love the way this silk's come out. I really need to get back to this. This might need to be something that comes out very soon. It being Halloween and all, it seems appropriate. So yes, Mary Shelley sampler, stitched on beautiful emerald fabric with gorgeous dinky dyes thread. One I definitely need to return to. Then we have another kind of spooky one. Long-term viewers, you will have seen this before because this has been in my WIP parade ever since I started doing Flosstubers. This is Baba Yaga by the Owl Forest Embroidery. Absolutely beautiful kit. I bought it as a kit back when you could get the kits relatively easily. It's a bit more complicated now. It came with all the variegated Owl Forest embroidery threads. I believe this is on linen, and this is probably the only thing I have on linen because I am scared of linen. And this is another one that I really, really ought to do some more on. So it is crumpled and creased, and I'm sorry. But this, ooh, hang on, nearly. This is where I have got to. So we've got most of Baba Yaga and her broom, and we've got some mushrooms and some trees. I love the variegated threads, particularly in the sort of fire brazier bit. I think they look really effective and really lovely. And one day I will finish this. One day I will. So that's Baba Yaga. How are we doing? Now for the slightly more recent ones. I'm just checking what I've got out. So let's do the biggie, the one that is probably never going to get finished. This is my ridiculous attempt at Lola Crow's Deadly Aquarium. And I say ridiculous attempt because it's on 40 count. What was I thinking? 40 count malachite even weave fabric. It's gorgeous. I'm not going to lie to you. I absolutely love how this looks, but I have not got very far. So I have done, I'm not taking it out of this because no. So this is where we've got to. I think the fabric's gorgeous. I think it looks great, even though I've hardly done any of it. I have to wear special glasses to be able to see this because, my God, it's tiny. If I ever finish it, it's going to look stunning. Lola Crow's designs are beautiful, and I'm sure lots of you will have seen the Deadly Aquarium piece. There's loads of people have stitched it and loads of people have finished it. I am not one of them. I managed not to buy the Extraordinary Birds, but having seen it, I'm really tempted, but I'm like, no, because I don't finish them because they're too complicated for me. I do love this though. I really, really should get back to it. I think even that little bit looks pretty phenomenal in my opinion on this. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think I should try and finish this? Do I keep going? Do I not keep going? Do I abandon it and try and like learn to stitch better first? We'll see. We'll see. But Lola Crow, Deadly Aquarium Sal, nowhere near finished. Haven't even got any fish on it. I've just done some of the frame. We've got the little sign up here, which I love. I'll bring that in a little bit more. That is really cute. We've got some of the plants at the bottom. I mean, the colours look great. Gosh. Yeah, I need to pick this up. I need to be brave and go back to the dreaded 40 count and actually get on with it. one day. There's a couple that are a bit like that with this. So then we have another one I need to get on with, because this is beautiful and I love it. And I put it down to start the Deadly Aquarium, which was a mistake. So excuse the glare. This is Bothy Threads Bluebell Wood, original design by Rendale Designs. I love badgers. They are beautiful and I love this piece. And I've actually done a reasonable amount of this one. So, board. This is where we have got to. This is on all of the called for, it's on the called for fabric that came with the kit. So it's the Rendale Spotty fabric. I'll bring him in a little bit. It's my badger so far. He's coming along really nicely. I think he looks beautiful. I just keep getting distracted with other things and I really need to get back to him. So that's where we've got to with Mr. Badger. And he's another one that needs to come back out. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I think all of these are 2/1, with the exception possibly of Deadly Aquarium, but I think that might even be 2/1 on 40 count, which was probably a crazy idea. Okay, nearly there. We're getting there. So now for the embarrassing start. So this is my Silver Creek sampler, Kris Kringle's Flying Academy piece. Isn't he gorgeous? Isn't he going to be stunning one day? You'll see why I say one day in a minute. So this is stitched on a beautiful opalescent fabric that I can't remember where I got it from. I think it's even weave and I think it's 32 count. Please excuse the weather if you can hear the rain. This has got a thread on it. I'm really sorry. This does have a thread on it. And this is a kind of pathetic start. I've not got very far at all. This is where I've got to, which looks like nothing at all. So we didn't get very far with this. This is one I want to bring back out for Christmas this year and actually do some work on, because that's embarrassing. Yeah, such a pretty fabric and such a lovely design, and I can't believe I've done like hardly anything, but we will get back to it. Then we have, this is by Kathy Barrick. This is, again, sorry for the glare, this is Mother Nature. Gorgeous piece, really pretty. I love this. I absolutely love it. I think it's absolutely stunning. Kind of a bit nervous about this dress, but we're nowhere near the dress, so we're fine. And so far, again, this is in a hoop, and there is a thread on it, because I am a terrible person. Oh, hang on a minute. There we are. This is on even weave, I can tell you that much. Very flimsy even weave, and I haven't got terribly far with this either. So this is on, let's have a look, Harvest Time even weave. It's 32 count. It's beautiful. My dog's hair is all over it. And this is my start. As you can see, I have not got very far because I kind of forgot I had this. It's been in one of my project bags and I only actually found it again recently. So this is another one I need to get back to because I love the design. I think it's beautiful and I love these birdies. How cute are they? They just look great. So this is stitched 2/1. It's with all the called for DMC and a design I definitely need to get back to. That one can go over there. Then we have the ones you will have seen more recently. So here is another nearly finished job. This is what he will look like when he is finished. This is by a Russian designer who I'm not even going to try today and pronounce this because words. However, the designer is, or sorry, the artist. No, it's the artist I can't pronounce. The designer is Tatiana Kuzmina. This came from Hobby Jobby in one of their surprise boxes. I love this and I have done really well with it. Except all of the cross stitch is finished. But guess what? There's backstitch. And I have started the backstitch, but I have not finished it. And I need to finish it because I really like this and it's so close to a finish that I need to get on with it. It's just trying to fit it in with everything else at the moment, but I absolutely love him. I'm so pleased with how he's come out. He's stitched on 14 count white Aida using all of the kit supplies. He does have white backstitch as well as black backstitch on him. So we'll see how that goes. And hopefully he will be finished before the end of the year. That's the plan with that one. Then I have one more to show you, one more to show you. Yes, one more to show you. And you will have all seen this one several times if you've watched me at all, because this is my most complete piece and it's too big for my board. But this is stitched on 14 count Purple Passion Aida. This is my current stitch along, which is why nothing else is finished, because I was trying to keep up. Now I'm not up to date. I've got one more piece I need to put in to catch up, but because I'm working on the Witchy Stitches Coffee Death Before Decaf piece, I have had to put this down. I've got a week to finish that piece, so I've got to get on with it. But this is Burrowtail Sal by Quaternion Creations. It is gorgeous. Just to give you a bit of a close-up on some of the more finer detail. I am one bit behind, and hopefully after this week I can catch up with this. So that's where that one is. And I lied, I've got one more after this. Got one more. So this one I have a picture for. This is my other current WIP. This is Mythical Tales from the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Company. Again, from the first subscription box I had from them. This is gorgeous. I love this. And this is where I've got to with this one. He is on dark navy and has a mark on him. That's annoying. How's that got there? On dark navy Aida. I presume 14 count. I love this one. He's so cute. And there's another one I need to go back to, but I think I might have said that about every single piece. And that is my slightly chaotic WIP parade. So how many is that in total? Let me see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 works in progress. Good grief. I think that's doubled from the last time I did a WIP parade. So lots to do, lots to finish, lots more to start. Disturbingly, I also see how many kits I have in stash, and oh my goodness me, I think I have enough for my entire life. And then there's all the ones I want to buy. So, you know, it's every cross stitcher's story. There's always far too many kits and not enough time. But I hope you have enjoyed this WIP parade. I appreciate it's not the most professional and it's a bit all over the place. But I hope it's shown you a little bit more of what I like to stitch, what I like to try and stitch is probably more appropriate. Where I'm going a little bit more about me as a stitcher, the fact that I do not like backstitch. I'm very bad at finishing things. Have had a couple of finishes this year, which I'm proud of because normally there are none. So we're progressing, which is good. Whilst I'm here, I would like to do a couple of shout outs to some fellow inspirational Flosstubers, because normally I always forget everybody's names, but today I think I have several in my brain. So without further ado, I would like to shout out Lindsay from Cross Stitch Magic 111, who is just phenomenal. I love her videos. She stitches a range of really pretty, really different pieces. She's very inspirational. She did a sort of series of Flosstube extras to help people who want to start Flosstube but are a little bit intimidated, find it all a little bit scary, which I can completely relate to, having started again. She's actually the person that kind of inspired me to start again, along with Garrett over at coffeestitcher.com. No, Coffee Stitcher, not .com, ignore me, just Coffee Stitcher. Those two really inspired me to come back and start again. So big shout out both to Garrett and to Lindsay. A couple of others, we've got Immy over at, oh, what is her channel name? It's gone. I'll link her below. But Immy is a young lady who has recently had time out. She's had a little girl recently, so she took some time out whilst pregnant, but has come back to stitching, and her channel is lovely. It might be Stitches with Immy, but I'm not 100% sure, but I will link her down below. Then there is Kerry over at Colourfully Cross Stitched. Love her channel, really enjoy it. Lots of different projects. So big shout out to Kerry. I also want to shout out Adelaide Stitches. I'm sure lots of you have come across Adelaide's channel. She's from Australia. Absolutely phenomenal stitching. She's currently doing a Space September and I've watched every single one of her videos for that. Really enjoying watching her progress with a piece basically designed around images from the Hubble telescope, if I can say it. So that's been really interesting to see. As always, Pam over at Daisy Ditzy Craft, I always shout her out because she's just a joy, an absolute joy. And as I said, Garrett over at Coffee Stitcher. Is there anybody else I've been watching recently? Let me think. I think I missed one. There is lovely lady over at Stitching Bee. I think her name is Ellie. I think Ellie over at Stitching Bee. Beautiful patterns, lovely, bubbly personality, a joy to watch. Has lots of finishing ideas, has lots of kind of bargains she's found in various places. Always really enjoy her videos. And then big shout out to Rogue Mama Stitcher as well. I have watched her for a very long time and I very much enjoy everything that she does. So those are some shout outs for me today. In terms of plans, I think you've just seen all of my plans in terms of what I need to get on with stitching wise. But first priority is finishing my Death Before Decaf piece and getting that framed. Then I'm going to be moving back to my Quaternion Creations Burrow Tails Sal, trying to keep back up with that and finish some of these other projects that I've got on the go. So I'm going to keep it relatively short and sweet, but I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did like it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you would like to subscribe, you would definitely make my day by doing so. Also, if you want to hit the little bell image, that's the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my uploads. And hopefully I shall see you all very soon in the next one. Happy stitching. Have a lovely day. Thanks for watching. Bye.